How's everyone doing? My name's Andrew Goldman. Today is January 4th of 2021, which marks 1 full year since my gynecomastia surgery. I want to tell you about the story of why I decided to get the surgery. But first, I hope you only click this video if you were interested in it and not just one of my loyal subscribers that are some of my friends, because this video won't interest you. So hopefully if you clicked on this video, you already know what gynecomastia is. This video is really just meant to give people some insight on how the surgery went and the story of why I got it. Before I actually get into the story or the video, if you don't actually know what gynecomastia is and you're questioning if you have it, well, if you're a male and you're overweight, or even if you're in really good shape, in your chest, if you can feel like a lump, like it almost feels like a lump, like I have these little magnets, like it almost feels like when you pinch your chest, like right by the nipple, you'll be able to kind of feel like a movement, like you can almost like grab like a ball. It doesn't feel like normal fat. Like I still have fat on my stomach where if I grab it, it feels squishy, it feels like anything else, but this specifically feels hard and almost like a rubber ball. So the bigger you are, it kind of looks worse because you have fat there, and then it will make it look even worse. And a lot of people, really, it only affects them. Like no one else notices it. That's probably the best part about it. But I obviously decided to get the surgery, so it bothered me enough to want to get it, even though it's expensive. So let me get into the story of why I wanted to get it and how it went down. So just thinking back to childhood, I kind of always pictured myself as overweight, and I even came across this picture of when I was 3 and I was really lean, and I was actually pretty surprised because thinking back to when I was even 9 or 10, I remember being overweight. I was never out of control overweight, like 50 pounds overweight, but I always kind of considered myself to be chubby as a kid growing up. Then in my teenage years, it was the same thing. My weight kind of fluctuated around, but when I took my shirt off, I always felt like I looked specifically the worst in the chest area. I'd always looked just like really bad. Like I knew I had, I never had a six pack. I wasn't, thinking, okay, this is the only area that looks bad, but it looked worse than the other areas. That's when I kind of started YouTubing and searching videos like how to lose fat around your chest, or videos that kind of put me on to even discovering what gynecomastia is. And then I was like, wait a second, I definitely have this. So that's when it kind of came in that I knew I had it, and it was high school, so I was thinking, okay, well, you have it, but when you get leaner, it does look better because your whole body looks better. So I was, when I lost a little weight, it looked okay. When I was gaining weight, it looked worse. My weight fluctuates a lot. That's just how my life has gone in terms of my weight. So then when I went to college, I gained like a true freshman 30. It kind of got out of control at the dining hall, so I kind of put in the back burner. I was just kind of got fat overall, so I wasn't that worried with a surgery technically. So I gained a lot of weight with the freshman 30, and then I started losing weight and realizing, okay, well, this is definitely a thing. It doesn't look good at all. And I actually got down to all the way to like 175 pounds. I was 240, and then like around senior year of college, grad school year, I was down to like 175, and I still thought it looked kind of bad. So of course, I did more and more research. I found videos like the one I'm doing now. They go through the process. Everyone says, of course, it's expensive and you can't go to the gym for 2 months. At the time, I thought the gym for 2 months was going to be a big deal. Well, looking back, I'll get onto the post-op, but no gym for 2 months is not a big deal if this is something you want to do. So I did my research, and I actually, found an office. I was close to the office that I work in, and it was, a surgeon who was pretty expensive in Manhattan, but he had a good track record. He had great reviews. So I finally said, you know what? I've been going back and forth on my decision. I'll finally book a free consultation. So I went to the Upper East Side, and then I met the doctor, shook his hand, and he said, why are you here? And I told him, this has always bothered me. I feel like I have this gyno, and it's annoying me. And he checked it out and said, you definitely do have it. It's stage whatever. It's clear and obvious just looking at a picture, just the way, the chest shouldn't really protrude out in that area. And they gave me the rundown of how the surgery would go, the pre-op, the post-op, the payments. So I came in very early in the morning, got my surgery. My mom picked me up, took me back to my apartment in Brooklyn, and I just rested for the time they told me. I followed all of the instructions, which once again I might make another video on. But once I first saw it, I thought it looked so messed up. Like I took my shirt off and I was just like, it looked like someone just like shot me with like a machete. Like I'm obviously going to put a picture up. Like it looked so bad. It was because I was taped up and bandaged. So it was almost like when you fall asleep on your arm, it has those lines in it. But, once a week or two went by, I was like, okay, like it's looking better and better. And then like 2 months went by, I was like, okay, like it came out really good. And then it just happened that like with coronavirus and working from home, I was able to go to the gym like way more in the mornings before work and cook way more meals. So I actually went from like 195 pounds down to like 180 pounds. So, you're going to see a picture now, but keep that in mind that I did kind of drop some more weight. But overall, now I wake up every day and it's not something that really bothers me. Like, I'm still kind of hard on myself. Like, I'm like everyone else. You wake up one day, you're like, oh, I'm looking amazing today. And then the next day, you're like, oh, I'm looking like shit. So that happens. But specifically, I remember before the surgery, every single time I looked in the mirror, I'd look at my chest and be disappointed. To me, it just looked really bad. And really, if you think you have it, you probably do. But once again, it's really only up to you, and you're probably the one that sees it the most, especially people that don't even know what gyno is. They don't really care. So bottom line, if it's something that really bothers you and you're kind of close to your fitness goals, it's definitely worth it. When I say definitely worth it, I am keeping in mind that it's expensive. So it's up to you in terms of knowing your budget and knowing if it's actually affordable. But if it's affordable, to me, it's worth it. Like, it's how worth it is it to you? I don't want to give the exact number of how much it was, but it was basically as expensive as you can imagine a New York City procedure going for, a high-end plastic surgeon. So if it's something that bothers you every day and you saved up the money, to me, it's worth it because I got the surgery when I was 25 or 26. And, if you live till 70, it's something that would have kind of bothered me almost every day because it used to bother me every day. So in that way, it is worth it. And I think, if you have some money saved up and, some family could help you out and whatever, because maybe almost sooner is better in a way. I wouldn't mind if I got this done at like 18 or 19 versus waiting till 25 till I really saved up some money. If it's something you have the money for and it's something that's bothered you, I showed you the before and after. I suggest definitely going to a surgeon that's accredited, and don't just go somewhere cheap. Definitely do not just go to like some back alley surgeon for like $3,000. Don't do that. Don't just do the lipo. It won't work. If you can feel that gyno, it's in there. So yeah, my channel's really about like fitness and nutrition, all coming from the perspective of, someone that's not blessed with genetics, just kind of have a full-time job, work hard, figured out what worked for me, figured out how to count calories, figured out how to lose weight, how to have balance, how to be sustainable. So that's really the channel. I wanted to put this video out because I had some insight and hopefully it could help some people. So yeah, once again, if this video somehow gets a lot of YouTube traction from the algorithm or whatever, I'll be more than glad to post another video going over the specifics. Just throw the video a like with me. But yeah, I hope this helps kind of explain the story and is it worth it, and those pictures I showed you and just kind of how the before and after goes. So thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Thank you. Peace.